They say no woman has it all, but Amaka came close. She was beautiful, smart, and happily married to her long-time love, Chiki. They had 2 children and a peaceful home in Lekki, Lagos. Amaka owned a music company where she helped young talents become stars. People respected her. Her husband adored her. But behind all that success, Amaka carried a quiet emptiness. She smiled in public, but at night, she felt something was missing, a fire that used to burn inside her. One Friday evening, Amaka attended an art exhibition in Victoria Island. That's where she met Kunle, a young painter with deep eyes and a smooth tongue. Kunle wasn't like other men. He was bold, confident, and mysterious. After the show, he told her, "Madam Amaka, you no be just fine woman, you be inspiration. When I see you, I see music and light." Amaka laughed shyly, but that night she kept thinking about him. Something inside her woke up, something she thought was gone. A few days later, Amaka went to Kunle's studio to talk business about him working for her company. They talked, laughed, shared drinks, and in one careless moment, they kissed. Before she knew it, they had crossed the line she swore never to cross. Afterwards, Amaka cried quietly in her car. "God, what have I done?" she whispered. She promised herself it would never happen again. But the more she tried to resist, the more Kunle drew her back. Their affair became a dangerous secret. Every time she ended it, she went back. As weeks passed, Amaka's desire grew worse. She started going to clubs looking for excitement. And that's where she met Tunde, a charming guy in his late 20s. He made her feel young again. At first, it was just drinks and laughter, but soon it turned into something more. Tunde was different, playful, bold, but also curious. He wanted to know more about her life. Amaka told him little, but he felt she was hiding something. So one afternoon, when she stopped answering his calls, he decided to surprise her at home. He arrived at her Lekki house, pretending to be a friend from work. Unfortunately, her mother was visiting that day. When Amaka opened the door, her heart nearly stopped. Her mother was sitting in the living room, smiling. "Amaka, this fine young man say he's your friend. I didn't know you have such nice friends, oh." Amaka's mouth went dry, her palms sweating. Oh, yes, Mama. He's from the office. We were just discussing a project." Tunde smiled awkwardly, sensing her fear. He excused himself and left, but the damage was done. Amaka knew she was losing control of everything. That night, Amaka stood in front of her mirror and cried. She looked at herself and whispered, "I'm losing everything. I need to stop." So she decided to end it all. She called both Kunle and Tunde and asked them to meet her at Kunle's studio. When they came, she stood before them shaking but firm. "I can't do this again. I want to fix my marriage. Please, let me go." Tunde became angry. "So you used me, Abi?" he shouted. He tried to grab her hand, but Kunle pushed him. As Tunde walked out angrily, Kunle hit him with a flower vase, knocking him down. Amaka screamed. She saw madness in Kunle's eyes. "You think you can just leave me, Amaka? You belong to me," he shouted. He picked up a knife, breathing heavily. Amaka ran, hiding behind a broken glass frame, crying. Suddenly, the door burst open. It was Chike, her husband. He rushed in and smashed a metal sculpture on Kunle's head. "So this is the man you've been sleeping with, Amaka? You broke my heart," Chike shouted. Amaka froze, tears rolling down her face. Her secret was out. Chike walked out. Amaka ran after him barefoot, crying, "Chike, please, I'm sorry. Don't leave me," she begged, but he didn't answer. In her pain and confusion, she ran into the street and a car hit her. Everything went silent. Weeks later, Amaka woke up in a hospital bed. Her husband was gone. Her children were with her mother. She stopped working, stopped smiling, and stayed inside her room for months. One day, her pastor encouraged her to join a therapy group for women battling sex and emotional addiction. At first, she was ashamed to speak, but one day, she broke down and told the truth. When she was only 10 years old, 3 teenage boys raped her behind her grandmother's house in Enugu. She never told anyone. She buried it, but the pain never left. That trauma became the shadow that followed her into adulthood. She cried and said, "All I ever wanted was to feel loved, but I've been chasing it the wrong way." During one group session, as she spoke with tears in her eyes, the door opened. Chike walked in quietly. Amaka froze. Chike walked towards her slowly. "I heard everything. I didn't know you carried such pain," he said. He knelt beside her, took her hand, and said softly, "I forgive you, Amaka. Let's start again." Amaka broke down in tears and hugged him tightly. That day, healing began, not just for her, but for both of them. Amaka's story reminds us that even the strongest people fight battles no one sees. Sometimes, the people who look happiest are the ones bleeding inside. Addiction doesn't always come from pleasure. Sometimes it comes from pain. And true love is not about perfection. It's about forgiveness and healing. Pain can break you, but forgiveness can heal you. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.